So Mario, how did you get started in this?
Well, it was I don't know. It was I thought that I was never going to go back to jewelry really because I left it because I did it like for so many years, and it wasn't a real challenge for me anymore. And the size, it got kind of boring to me. So I wanted to bigger size. So I started doing the lanterns, the lights that I always saw as big jewels, but that they turn into light. Uh, so when this past summer, a young friend of mine that just starting to study jewelry convinced me to reopen the studio, and we start working on some ideas, and then I ended up following this lead by myself and building this collection. And I actually realized that this is my job. Like after 10 years that I sit on the bench, I really felt so good when I did it again last summer. So, and I understood that that was what I really wanted to do. So the lights are beautiful, and I don't see them. I never saw them as lights, because I was working with a shadow, and I saw it as big jewels that made the environment looks better. Big jewels for the like jewels for the house more than. And so this and all the work that I did with that, there was like completely different. I mean, it was connected to the themes of my jewelry before, but was done in a completely different way. And I was able to experience the volume in a light way. So I translated that to jewelry, and the big jewels became small jewels again. And I discovered that I had many more possibilities that I had with lights for the shapes I like to do. So, and this is just the beginning. I have like tons of ideas. I'm starting going to business just next year in a few weeks. So, and I'm excited to show this stuff to my old buyers and see what they think. I mean, I'm really satisfied with it because I'm able to do this time big shapes, but in a very light way. I always had that problem because I like the shape to be three-dimensional, and with my jewelry before, since I used like a lost wax process, doing three-dimensional stuff made the jewelry heavy. So my size was only constricted to small size. I was never be able to do like big stuff because it was going to be unwearable. But now I can do like big earrings like this, and being so light and much more wearable. And the other things that I'm really excited about is the color thing that I kind of discovered. I mean, I always used the sulfur to darken the silver before to make it black. But now using it for this collection, I discovered that I can obtain all a different range from color, from like pale yellow, a little darker, and then a little more darker, up to like different like browns that turn into violet or blue. And that was like really nice because it brought all this concept I've been working on for quite some time now, of this like nature-inspired pieces, a new phase that is the color. And the color that I can obtain, they're very natural, and they look like could come from natural, like this purple flower. So anyway, I'm really excited, and I'm really excited to show it again and see what people think.
Can you tell me about the actual names of the flowers for the earrings?
Oh, they have names of actual flower, but doesn't mean the shape of the flower. Sometimes I just take a detail of a flower and I use it in a different shapes. But that's the reminder. Like this one was orchid, and some of the curve, or this is like the little bud of some of the orchid, and I made it into a petal. So I kind of like made my own incredible creature. And I don't know, this is like belladonna. There is it's a famous flower that is used for its property in natural medicine as well. There are ferns. What is datura? There is that. This is datura. Is the in English it's called.
And tell me about the way that each one is a little bit
The
different.
what?
Tell me about how each one is a little different.
Oh yeah, and the other thing that is really nice about this collection, that all the pieces are laser cut. I did the design on my own, and went through different stages. Like this earring, for example, it started like this with 8 petals, and then ended up like this with 6 petals that I thought was much better. So it was a long process of obtaining the right shape, and then each one, even if I start from a base that's the same, the way that it's bent, since it's bent by hand, I bend each single one by hand, it's never the same from another one. Like this is the same earrings, but bent in a different day, or I wanted to try something different. So I kind of reproduced kind of like the flower in nature they are. They have a basic geometry, but then each one has its own personality, and they kind of open and develop in a different way. And that I was really excited about that. And the other thing, the color I told you already. So each piece is bent by hand and signed, and it's never the same from another one, even from the same style. So it's kind of like a production collection, but at the same time it's kind of like one of a kind piece. So I always like to put my hand in what I do, So I'm using modern technology, but at the end, it's always what design do to make the shape and work it.